Welcome to the Yeah Come On show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on and damn the rain. I know we need it, but I went through that whole drought without really washing my vehicle, and then I get it detailed before this rain. And today I had to drive my truck to work.
Finally, you didn't keep it in the garage today.
No, and the deal is I'm driving, so my son, I'm dropping him off at school coming in, and just the timing works, and I have to pass his school. So I'm driving, Daddy, and he still calls me, he's my 5-year-old, still says Daddy. I love that. When that goes away, that's going to hurt. Daddy, why are you driving so slow? And I'm like, because there's dry spots. It's one of those deals, you know how when the rain is leaving and you got some dry spots on the road because cars are going over it, in some areas not driven much or wet. And I don't want it flying up on the side of my car.
Oh my God, you're thinking about it that much? I mean, I don't even think about it that much in the panty dropper.
Yeah, and I saw the panty dropper out there, and yours isn't that dirty. And then I see Ted Jenkins, the great man of Exit Wealth, and we are in the Exit Wealth studios. You just go to exitwealth.com. Ted Jenkins is his, what do you call it, electric car?
Tesla.
Yeah, I just don't want to, oof. And my kid also plays the Tesla game. Back in our day, it was Volkswagens. Now it's Teslas. I'll get to that. But Ted's car looks perfect. He's driving out of Chastain.
Well, you know what? With his, he has that matte kind of color.
Yeah.
So that probably doesn't look as dirty as it is. Like it just kind of has that not dirty look, but it has that matted look. So therefore, it's never going to look shiny. It's not supposed to.
Well, I'm going to get a matte finish on my next vehicle.
When it gets a little dirty, it doesn't really show it. Whereas regular paint does.
Yeah. And then you pass all these car washes I know why you're in business, because guys like me can't handle it. And people like you and me, because I never washed vehicles. I went from washing my car from 18, 19, 20, 21. I washed it. And then I skipped it. Then once money hit my table at some degree, I went to car washes. Didn't start washing again until recently that we're on our own. My wife's like, you're not spending $60 on a car wash. Go do it.
Well, I just feel like when I do
the kids will help you.
When I do it myself, it's better than when I go to a regular car wash, unless you pay for the real detailing. If you just go for a regular, $30 car wash,
you're going to do better.
Yeah, it's not as good as when I do it. I just did mine right when I thought the pollen ended.
Yeah.
But there was still a little more pollen out there,
oh boy.
And the panty dropper was getting covered again.
Oh,
All it needed was a rinse, and I got a nice rinse with this rain, so it's back to being a shiny panty dropper.
Good Lord. Oh, man. See, I can't call my truck the panty dropper.
No.
You have the panty dropper. What's that thing that girls wore over their nether regions, and you could lock it where guys couldn't get into it?
Oh, the chastity belt?
Yeah, we'll call mine the chastity belt truck.
Yeah.
You're the panty dropper, and I'm the chastity belt.
Let's just show the
little
audience
Regal Nissan. There you go. Oh, look at the panty dropper.
Yeah, that was what was fresh. But it looks like this again since we got a little bit of a rain.
Yeah, you're looking good. Look at you. So it's a thing. I got out. I still had a little kick up of something. My rims are black, and they're kind of those ones that, when you live downtown, the brothers tell you whether your rims are good or not. They do. And I can say it's not a racist thing, so kiss my ass. It's like, because they get it. There's certain people that are focused on rims, and I would say black guys like rims more than anybody.
Well, they're the only ones that I see with the spinning rims, which I don't see much these days. For a while, spinning rims were a big deal.
And curb feelers. Remember curb feelers?
Yeah.
Those little rods that came out, because that's before cameras. And when you live downtown, you're always parking next to a curb, and those curb feelers will start making noise, and that tells you you're getting close to the curb, because nobody wants to scratch their rim.
Right.
Nobody scratches the rims more than wealthy white women, because they don't care. They're like, they don't think about it. They're on the phone living their best life. They're driving vehicles that are too big for them to drive, for kids, for a look, and they hit the curbs. And every mother up here has got $120,000 SUVs with scratch rims.
Well, those curb feelers look ugly, though.
Well, it was. I'm not saying it was perfect. Some people made it stylish. It depended. But my point is, when you pull up to a traffic light, like when I had my Shelby, it was a 2011 Shelby black, and then I had a professional paint job and put the dual stripes, but with flames within the stripes on it. I thought it was hot. But I'd pull up.
That was a panty dropper. right?
Oh, hell yeah. No, that was a no panties. No panties. No panties. And a few girls sat in it with no panties. But I pulled up, and the dudes look down at the rims. They look up at me, and they're like, or give you thumbs up or point. And I get that with my truck rims too, but they're so damn detailed. There's so much going on there that to clean them, you're almost using a Q-tip.
Yeah. Mine are like that too. I never get that into the weeds. I just get that spray stuff. I get that where it just gets the brake dust off and not all the thick stuff and just rinse it. That does a good enough job. But yeah, if you really want to do it, you got to get a Q-tip with a detail in there.
And then you got to buy the funky brush, I call it. Whether you get it at O'Reilly's, I used to endorse those guys. This brush, it's like has an angle. So it goes straight and it hooks down. And that's how you get the inner rim where all the brake dust is that nobody sees, because a true guy like doing a car show or somebody really wants to clean their car, if they look down at your rims and they can see through the spokes or whatever the design is, and they see that's clean.
That's a winner.
That's rock star. That's a dude dropper. I'll leave it there. Good morning to you. A song that Jeff will never make for me. I wanted good morning to you.
Yeah.
Good morning to you.
Now
I'm telling you, it would be successful.
No, now I have an excuse because we can't. That you might get flagged if we use that melody. YouTube might flag it and give us a copyright strike because that's based on the Scandal song "Goodbye to You." So now I have an excuse. I can't even do it if I wanted to.
Can I speak to YouTube for a second? And I want to speak to the artists themselves. We started the Yeah Come On show with Thunder. Loved Walked In, a great song. And then we realized all our cheddar we made went to the label because they dinged us. And I didn't realize it because I wasn't looking at the money. I was having fun. Dude, I brought back a song nobody else plays. If anything, I'm helping you. So why don't you pay me?
Yeah.
It's almost like the royalty should go the other way. Play our song, involve us in your show because everybody thinks they can do a podcast, whether they can or can't, and they should pay us.
Yeah, like we do track 13 every day. We can't play the song, but we talk about it.
Yeah.
Put a link to it in the description every day. A track 13, a B-side, an album cut, something deep that you don't hear, but we school you on it and let you play it. People click it, they watch it. Yes, and that artist gets paid. We should get a piece of that.
And guess what? I think that 80%, if you guys go to the end, now it's a 30-minute show. We try to keep it. Yeah, it might be 35 minutes some days. Some days it's 28. But that's the window we're trying to hit based on content. Because I want you to be able to get this in on a ride and get everything that a normal 4-hour radio station is going to tell you. But at the end, you're right. Even if you forward to the end, just to hear the song, I think 80% of the time they've forgotten the song or never heard it. They may have even owned the album and never got to that cut. People do that. And then they download it and it becomes your music library. I think we're helping, not hurting.
We are. That's why we shouldn't have any strikes, but that's how YouTube works.
Well, let me hurt a little bit. Let's get into some Steve MZ. And this is brought to you this morning by Smalls Sliders, that lovely orange building in the distance that you can see from a mile away. It is located off Windy Hill. It is right before Cobb Parkway, and it is in Marietta. So get your butt over there, go through the drive-through, man. You got to go up through that upper parking lot you just saw and go down the hill into it. But, man, they move as quick as a Chick-fil-A. The sliders are great. It's a simple menu. That's why it moves fast, and everything is excellent. Definitely try the shakes. Not kidding you. And they only use Coca-Cola products. God bless.
Yeah.
Well, right now, Jimmy Kimmel, he's in Steve MZ. He has to be in Steve MZ. I can't get away from it. Jimmy Kimmel, of course, an old acquaintance. He did know my name. The last time I was in L.A. and I was backstage, he goes, You're Steve, right? Southside. And I said, yeah. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And Jimmy was in these, I don't like these kind of socks, but it was after the show. So he's wearing black pants. He had taken off his blazer and his shirt, and he was wearing one of those old man wife beater t-shirts, which
This is when he still had a little weight on him.
a little weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm looking, he's got those silky socks. And I notice his toes kind of crunch up. So Jimmy's toes, when he's walking barefoot, they're not flat. They're kind of like this. And I don't know why it looks like he's pronating or whatever. I don't know. I'm like, and you know me, I notice feet. I'm like, ugh, I can't look at dude's feet. And he's walking around in his socks, and his two kids are playing these games backstage on the TV. They have no concept who their dad is or what he does. And we're just talking, and that's when he remembered me. But that was a different guy. Do women change men? To a degree, especially if you're all in, sometimes completely change. I know his wife is completely woke out the ass.
This is Molly.
Yes,
I think is her name.
And they got kids together now, so he's all in.
But it's more Hollywood. It's not just her. I think it's Hollywood in general that's making him have Trump derangement syndrome.
But there are people out there. He was cool. I mean, one of his best friends is Adam Carolla, who they did the Man Show together, and that's who I knew them as a pair with. And I just thought, you know, maybe this guy's untouchable. You don't have to bring up politics. You don't have to like be outwardly conservative or woke to survive in Hollywood.
No, but that's something that has changed. And let me introduce a potential new segment, or it might be on There's a Slow Politictainment Day.
All right, hold on. Well, this is something we should have done in our creative meetings. Mike,
no,
this is what we do in creative meetings, not live on the air. But we're live without a net. Go ahead.
We are a live without a net show. Here's the game. It's kind of a game. Think 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. You know that? Remember that game? 6 Degrees. Okay.
Gay or not?
No, it is
straight or not.
It's let's blame Dr. Fauci. I can take anything in the world, whether it's you, something happened to you personally or in the world, right, and I can blame Dr. Fauci. And right there's a great example. Jimmy Kimmel being so woke and being so political. That's because of COVID. When he shut down the country, it made everybody pay attention to politics. Is Fauci
in jail yet? Dead? Where is he? What's he doing?
But I'm just saying.
Is he sitting at home?
Probably. He's retired and just, you know, I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I just think that he should pay.
Can you imagine his resume and he like turns it in because maybe he wants a part-time job. This, appeared on this, and the last thing, ruined a nation.
No, the world.
So, the world.
And this is going to be a new game. Anything wrong with your life, I'm talking to the listeners too.
Sure.
Anything wrong in your life, tell me about it, and I'll tell you how it's Dr. Fauci's fault.
All right, how do they write into us or leave a message?
Just slide to a DM or leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
If you have something bad in your life, or it could be anything happening in the world.
Right.
I will pin it on Dr. Fauci within 6 degrees, just like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
All right, send it to our DM. Send the question. You can put your name, full name, city you live in. We want to know where you are or what state you're in. And let's play that game.
Okay.
All right. Now, if somebody stumps you, they get a yeah, come on hat.
Yeah, okay. But they won't. No one will stump me. I can do it with. Usually, I can do it with 1 or 2 degrees.
I don't know. People are going to dig deep now. Okay. All right, we're going to play Degrees of Fauci. Was it his fault or not? So, what's going on, real quick? Since we had a little bit of fun, Jimmy Kimmel. He talked. He of course addressed Melania. I mean, that's pretty intense. She basically called for his firing in a very polite way, and she just said, not even the firing. That's Trump, but she said, it's just hurtful language. Why he's my husband. We have children. He's a father. He's also the president of the United States. He's this, he's that. Why would you continue this rhetoric of hating on this individual and hinting to crazy people to maybe do something?
Well, yeah, but she also said, why does ABC still support him? I think that was part of her.
That was
her
a part
too,
of it.
Which is her way of saying politely, maybe they should take him off the air.
Well, exactly. She did it polite. Same thing with Disney. I guess Disney supports it also. So then Jimmy Kimmel to Melania Trump comes on and says, talk to your hubby about hateful rhetoric before coming to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, fair enough on those things. But there's one thing to say things like, all right, they always beat Trump on the comment he made to the one dude on Entertainment Tonight or whatever about grabbing her in the short hairs or whatever.
Grab him by the blank, which is not a saying. I thought the whole thing was bizarre.
I never said it. Never said it.
I don't think I've ever done it. You don't really, that's not what you do with that organ.
It's very, I don't know, is it a 70s, 80s one-liner that I missed out on? I don't know. Either way, it was a stupid comment. And nobody talks that way, and whatever.
He was just showing off in front of Billy Bush.
That's all he was doing. Yeah. He was trying to be cool. Just the same way, if you hear me, you're like, well, Steve's really polite outside of radio. He's normal, man. He's like way cool. But then I get on the bus with Ron White. I'm probably going to start talking S. Mm-hmm. I am, just because it's Ron White and he's my buddy. So with Jimmy saying that, I get it, but you can't call for, and I know we're going to hit on this in a minute, you can't call for an action towards ending someone's life.
Right.
And that's what he's hinting at. He knows what he's doing. Trust me. I know Jimmy, and I've been around him for probably 14 days of my life. That guy is crafty. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew the double entendre or whatever. He knew he had a way out by saying, well, this is what I meant. He's older. That was his out. He goes, well, he's so much older than her. He's in his almost 80s. He's going to die within a decade.
So you're saying that his intentions were that malicious, and he does think, hey, well, if it comes back to me,
yes,
I have an out.
Here's the other thing Jimmy's got. Writers. They sit in a room. So he's like, okay, we all know what I'm really doing, but if I get called on it, this is my out. Or somebody said it to him. Okay. Some nerd. Here's the deal, Jimmy. Here's what you do. You go up there and say, gosh, she's got the glow of someone's about to be a widow. All the liberal douches in the room. But then they say, but hold on. You're right, President Trump. Oh, they're going to go to the network. Well, here's your out. You're like, hold on. If I didn't qualify, it's because he's a lot older and he's almost in his 80s.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't see him being that malicious or trying to trigger people to actually do something.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I hope I'm wrong. That's just a sliver of what's going on in Steve MZ. And the only other thing I'll bring up as a highlight getting out of that, because I know that's tough for some people. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but it bothers me. It would bother me if somebody was doing that to Obama as a conservative.
Yeah.
It would. I've no way in hell did I vote for Obama. I think he's crooked as hell. I think that's an evil dude. I really do. But if somebody was like, conservatives were like, well, you know what, man, I got a place where you can put a rifle shot, whatever they'd say, I would be against that too. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's the president of the United States. Number one, I don't want you taking anybody's life. I mean, if everybody was like us, there'd be no murders.
Mm-hmm.
Guns would be used for target practice only, or I guess a war. Wallets are out there. The world is slimming down. I'm slimming down. You're either getting rid of credit cards, paying them off, and keeping a few credit cards because the world's like, we got too many of these. For a while, when you go in department stores, and it happened to me, the next thing I know, I'm getting 25% off because I picked up their card. I'm getting 10% off. Target talks me into it, but then Home Depot talked me into it. Lowe's, I can't. I already got a Home Depot card. All right, I'll take a Lowe's card too. You get too many, and the wallets are thick. And forever, remember people with their big old wallet in the back and sitting? It gave a lot of guys back problems. Now the world is thinning down. There's all kinds of wallets. People are carrying maybe 4 or 5 cards. They're either putting it on the back of their phone or they're having those tiny wallets that you can put in your front pocket so nobody can pickpocket you. Mm-hmm. So I'm just telling you, the world is thinning. So if you're overweight, you need to thin down for health reasons. And if you got a big wallet, you're overweight in the pocket too. Right now, getting into politictainment, I will tell you this is brought to you by David Markwell of Markwell Therapy. God bless, man. Mental illness is real. I think both sides agree. The people that take on doing something horrible or protesting or just being angry in general have some degree of mental illness. We just don't have any place to house them anymore. And now people have figured out, give them $20 an hour and they'll protest for you. But David Markwell, go to markwelltherapy.com. He's out of Marietta and he knows what he's doing. I did premarital counseling with him. The guy's brilliant, and he's got 9 psychologists that work in the same building with him. It's Ridgeline Counseling, but you go to markwelltherapy.com. Tell him we sent you.
Polydictainment.
This just came out this morning. Former FBI Director James Comey was indicted.
Saw that.
For laying out seashells on the beach.
Well, you can't play with seashells. Isn't it funny that's where it took place? It wasn't spray painted or written on a piece of paper or spray painted on the side of a wall. It was seashells.
Yeah, this is a little silly. This is a bridge too far. And again, like we talked about with Jimmy Kimmel, I don't think his intention, James Comey's intention, was to spark someone to go try to assassinate the president. It was just kind of a joke.
Hey, it's not. I'm going to be opposite on this.
Okay.
I do not find it funny. He knows what he was doing. Everybody knows what 86 means.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look 86. That means cut
It
it.
means end it. It's over.
End it.
It's empty. Or in the restaurant business, it just means cut it because we ran out.
We ran out.
It doesn't mean go out and kill somebody, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, what he did was he spelled out on with seashells on the beach 8647.
And
Get
here's,
rid of,
you know-
it just means get rid of Donald Trump. That's really all he
he
said.
Jimmy Kimmeled it. Here's what he did. He Jimmy Kimmeled it. In the airline business, when a flight is canceled, it says canceled written out next to your flight. But for us on the shorthand, like when I have an ops plan and I'm the guy guiding in the airplanes, they're like aircraft 286 to Fort Walton Beach canceled. I put a CX. Everything's CX. CX. That's the way I've always abbreviated. It's the way you abbreviate
Well,
it.
because probably you don't want to put 86 because you don't want to confuse it with an airline number or a flight number.
You don't. And that's why you write canceled, because you can't put 86. But I knew that you could do either, and I don't want to put it in their flight number. You're exactly right. That's why airlines do CX. So if he puts CX,
But nobody knows that. That's airline terminology. 86 is a much more common thing that says cancel.
but if he would have put CX, canceling somebody, it means don't pay him any attention, don't vote for him, don't have anything to do with him, bide your time, maybe try to get him kicked out of office. When you write 86, that's take him
With
out.
seashells on the beach.
But that's his out. Just playing around. But it doesn't matter. He took a picture of it and put it out
Yeah,
there.
he did. And then-
you're the former FBI director. That a-hole knows what 86 means. Because guess what? He's directed people to kill people. And trust me, he knows what he's doing.
Well, does he deserve to be indicted for this?
Yeah.
Like, is this a major crime?
Yes, you know what it does? It sends a message. You think other people?
It does.
There's a guy that put his knee on George Floyd that's in jail because they wanted to send a message. Nobody cares that George Floyd was a career criminal, and nobody cares that he wasn't listening to the officer, and that's why he got pinned down. They just look at the guy that put his knee on the back of his head. They also don't talk about George Floyd and all the physical issues he had that he probably would have died in years to come anyway because of all the crap going wrong in his body. There's a lot there that nobody knows. And then you want to put a statue of this SOB? That's tough for me. And then this guy's in jail. You know why? They made an example of him. This would be an example to the left. You can go too far.
Yeah, I just feel like it is a witch hunt, just like they went after Trump for all those stupid things, the inflating of this. They're using the Justice Department for political reasons, and that's what's wrong. But Comey, to your point, he was really just disrespecting the office of the President of the United States, which, as a former FBI director, really is inappropriate.
Well,
it's inappropriate, but I don't think it deserves to be go to jail for it.
Well,
spelling
here's
all
the other
with
thing.
The seashells.
And I'm glad, we can have a discussion. Right now, we're completely disagreeing, and I think I'm being a little heavy-handed. This is more the way I talk probably on Rumble with John Rocker. But occasionally, I think it's okay to get a little upset at what's going on because, as people are saying politely, put a stop to it. This show is live and real. Some of the things we even said would probably put me in a program director's office today. And if I was on terrestrial radio, I wouldn't go this far. But because we're on, YouTube, I can do it because this is a podcast. But to us, it is a 4-hour Atlanta radio show done in 30 minutes by professionals with over 50 years in the business. My point, and if you're a first-time watcher, is that I don't want to hate, but it's sooner or later, you got to get upset. Anybody that's politely writing a message is screaming in the background in their house. Melania is saying some mean crap around the house. She's probably dropping F-bombs, but she won't do it on social media. She'll be polite. Trump kind of talks the way he talks, and he doesn't care, and he holds the most powerful office. He may have changed the presidency, but look back at all the presidents we didn't like, or I didn't like presidents for like 12 years. But no, who carries guns? Not liberals, conservatives. And nobody was assassinating. Nobody was doing anything. There's a social media thing out there, and it shows everybody that's been killed, from presidents to Martin Luther King Jr., and they were all killed by Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. I'm not making that up. The Civil War, the Democrats were fighting for slavery, not the Republicans. Don't get it twisted.
Well, it's part of the flip-flop that's been going on the past 20, 30 years.
Well, there you go. So all those things being said, when you say 86, and you're the FBI director who probably knows more than anybody how many crazy people are out there, he also knows how many people out there have attempted to assassinate and been stopped.
Mm-hmm.
He knows all. And for him to write 86-47 in the Beach, and hear me out, that is bad because there's been 3 attempts on his life. And who's to say that even one of those isn't because the FBI? It's almost like, well, if the FBI director who knows everything is saying take out the president, then he must be against democracy. He must be a demon. Maybe he is a Nazi. I'm sane, and I'm saying those things. Talk to crazy over here who goes and gets a gun. Yeah, come on, and yeah, come on golf carts. Hey, it's Southside Steve with the Yeah, Come On show talking about one of our fantastic sponsors, and that would be North Atlanta Golf Carts. North Atlanta Golf Carts is located in Dawsonville off Highway 53 East, or you can go to Buford where they're located off Thompson Mill Road. Either way, they've got lots of brands for you. They've got Yamaha, they've got Club Car, and many others. Whatever you're looking for, they've got it, and they've been in business since 1997. When you get there, ask for Craig Riddle. He's the man. He'll be at 1 or 2 locations always during the day, and then ask for the Yeah, Come On deal. He's already prepared to give you $500 off a used golf cart. So whether it's new to you or brand new, however you want to customize it, do you want it delivered? They've got parts, they've got accessories, and they work round the clock. Monday through Saturday, they're open. Sunday, they're closed. That's North Atlanta Golf Carts. Yeah, come on. Come on! Love Craig Riddle and North Atlanta Golf Carts. Definitely go in there and ask for the Yeah, Come On deal and ask for Craig Riddle. It's a big deal. I mean, it's taking a huge chunk out of the golf cart price. We've got audio, and I know John, again, you know, some people will take it as you're bragging or whatever. I love how I get a few of those comments when I post up a picture with me and somebody. I just laugh.
People call you out on bragging?
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, he's a friend to me, but Smoltz played as a bit. He put my laminated baseball card from 2005 that I went to Braves fantasy camp. I did it twice, and he put my laminated baseball card in his pants and pitched.
During a game?
During a game.
Oh, wow.
Pretty funny. But Smoltz was on with us once a week for a year and a half, so I know John. But you know, John's a great broadcaster. Who knew that a lot of these guys had the skill set to broadcast? But he's an educated man. Michigan, I'm sure he'll appreciate that if it gets back to him. One of the few ball players with a 4-year degree. But John was asked, and this is a cool podcast. I'm going to give him props. It's called Flipping Bats. And the Flipping Bats guys, I thought it was a cool name. They got an interview with Smoltzy. And here's John. There's no need for Jeff and I to say a thing. He's going to tell you exactly what to expect and what's going to happen with our Atlanta Braves this year.
John Smoltz, are the Braves back?
Every team can't afford to lose the guy. And there might be 3 guys. They lost every guy you could lose. It wasn't like even Chris Sale had a flukish injury last year. So everything, the perfect storm last year. And like I said, this division is very balanced. I don't think there's a head and shoulders team that will run away with it, but we'll find out based on injuries. New manager, that never was going to be the issue. Walt Weiss is great. He knows the lineage of the Atlanta Braves. It's been their health and their starting rotation. They have depth. When healthy, I would make an argument they could be the best staff depth-wise in baseball. I think it's a great start for the team that needed this start after what happened last year. The Braves are back because their identity and their offense should be better than it was last year, but it still maintains they've got to stay healthy in the rotation.
John.
That's it. I mean, in a nutshell, got to stay healthy in the rotation. We didn't tell you anything you didn't know, but I will say what the Braves are doing right now for people that watch the game, second best team in the in baseball. They're battling, it's the Dodgers. But everybody's looking at him going, hold on, man. This is a bench team crushing it because the All-Stars are either A, not doing what they normally do and they'll get hot at some point, or the injuries. Imagine when we get full strength.
Is it kind of like the 2005 season when the Baby Braves came up? like Brian McCann because there's a lot of guys injured.
I'm going to give you that. I think that's good. You're talking about, and I remember you got two local guys that had played in the Cobb County here in Georgia, which is a baseball farming machine. And it was McCann and then the dude in the outfield,
Jeff Francoeur.
Jeff Francoeur. Yeah, Francoeur. They both came out at the same time.
How about Ryan Langerhans? You remember him?
I don't.
Oh, he was one of the baby Braves that season too.
Keep in mind, Jeff and I both worked out at the park in 2005.
I literally was at every game.
And I would do a show with Smoltz would come on, or Mark Lemke would come on, and Jeff does know some 2005 Braves, but that's sports in a nutshell. Time now for track 13, and who better to bring that to you than Rockin' Taco, baby? Jeff and I will be at Rockin' Taco, and it's getting out on the socials, dude. I put out a video on TikTok.
Oh, good.
Seriously, you got to see. I use one of these things. The wife doesn't know it, but I paid $114 for the year for one of these cutting editing
the
things.
CapCut. I think it's CapCut or
I got another one other than CapCut. CapCut I canceled. I could. It was a monthly,
but it's a phone video editing app.
It's called Power Director.
Oh, that's what I use.
Really?
Not for stuff on my phone. I use Power Director. It is good, but I use a big, more complicated software for the good stuff. But yeah, for your phone, that's a good app.
Well, good. Well, see, I'm a basic guy. I had people like Jeff to do all this for me. Now I'm trying to do it myself. But I put out a video. You're in it. Of course you are. But I did one for John for Rumble. I did one for I'm doing one for Synchronicity right now. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to be able to touch the fine work that you're about to do. But we got commercials coming. We're pushing hard for next Thursday, May 7th at Rockin' Taco with Synchronicity, the Police and Sting tribute band. And that leads us to the floor of Jeff Cole, who knows all, the Doc of Rock.
The Doc of Rock had another conversation last night with a huge A&R guy for Geffen Records back in the 80s. And Elektra, he signed Motley Crue to Elektra, and he signed Guns N' Roses. And the rest is history. His name's Tom Zutaut. He's trying to get a TikTok following. He's retired.
How's he doing with that?
There's thousands of people watching live.
Really?
He does a live stream every Tuesday. So every Tuesday, after I've had a couple glasses of wine, I'm scrolling and it comes up.
What does he know you at? The Frustrated Rock Star?
The Frustrated Rock Star. So he sees me, he calls me out. And last night I had an industry question. I said, okay, let's get right into it. Where'd you find Mike Clink, and was that your choice? Mike Clink is the producer of Appetite for Destruction, or he actually produced all the Guns N' Roses records.
Oh, didn't know that.
I'm always fascinated with producers. We all know the name Mutt Lange. You know some of the big ones, but not everybody knows the name Mike Clink, even though you listen. It's every Guns N' Roses that you know produced by him. So I asked him this, and he went on and gave like a 5-minute answer. I mean, I literally got chills because he was talking to me, but he's talking to the whole live stream.
No, he's talking to you, and here's the cool thing: nobody deserves Frustrated Rockstar more than you.
Yeah.
Frustrated movie actor would be another one you could do.
Yeah.
Frustrated comedian would be another one you could do.
Hey, Frustrated radio could kind of be it because I'm just been almost there for 25 years.
I'm trying to get you there, son. Terrestrial radio, if you want to take a bite out of this team, come get us. But hey, man, HR, come on, be light.
So anyway, he was telling a story about he had the Guns N' Roses guys over to his house, and he had this huge record collection. So they'd sit around and listen to records, and they really dug this live record by the band UFO. UFO was, you ever heard of UFO?
I do know who UFO is.
They're an English band. Michael Shankner was in it for a while. Who did the Michael Shankner, the MSG.
They don't do, I'm thinking Project P or G, Why Me. They don't do Why Me. I'm trying to think of songs, but I know who UFO, Shoot That Poison Arrow?
No, that's ABC.
ABC. But hey, you got to give me credit. I'm coming up with bands that are letters.
Yeah.
I said Project P and I did ABC. I just may not know my UFO.
UFO, they're a deep cut band, but they're very classic rock. Anyway, there was this live record that they all dug. Well, this live record, recorded in 1979, was engineered by Mike Clink. So when it came time to pick a producer for Appetite for Destruction, Tom Zutaut, the A&R guy, was like, hey, you guys like that live UFO record? Maybe we get Mike Clink to come in and produce, and the rest is history. That is how Mike Clink came into the Guns N' Roses world. So in honor of that, for today's track 13,
that's deep.
we will do a UFO song. This is probably their biggest hit, so to speak.
But for our listening audience, it is a deep cut.
Yeah, it is deep cut. It is Lights Out UFO on the Yeah Come On show.